If you're serious about gardening or even just getting started, you've probably heard about potting sheds and greenhouses. They sound similar, but they serve very different purposes. Today, I'll break down how each one works, what they're best for, and how you can use them to make your gardening easier and more productive. It's late April here in New England, and last night the temperature dropped to 38 degrees. You might be thinking, whoa, that's way too early to begin gardening. And you're absolutely right, unless you have some outdoor buildings. Today I'd like to explain how my outdoor buildings, a potting shed, and greenhouses help me get up and running and get a jump on the season. So let's take a look at the difference between potting sheds and greenhouses. A potting shed is essentially your gardening workshop. It's where your behind-the-scenes work happens. Starting seeds, mixing soil, repotting plants, storing tools and supplies. Think of it like a garage for your garden, but designed specifically for plants. At times it can be a little untidy, but as I say to my wife, it's a collision between science and art, and it gets a little messy. A potting shed's focus is on organization and workspace. In the potting shed, you can store your gardening needs, including seed starting materials, fertilizers, and hand tools. When you're working in the garden, your tools are only steps away. It's a great place to leave an old jacket and a sweatshirt for when the weather changes. Working in the garden, it's always great to have some insect repellent handy. A nice feature that I've added to my potting shed is a simple laundry sink. It's a convenient source for watering your plants, but it's also a handy place to be able to wash up after the messy work of gardening. A convenience feature that I've enjoyed in my potting shed is having electrical power. I'm able to provide supplementary lighting for my seedlings with a full spectrum plant light. I've added heat mats for seed starting to provide consistent warmth and encourage germination. The enhanced soil temperature contributes to faster seedling development. The power also allows me to plug in a radio and enjoy my favorite tunes. Well, I hope that so far I've been able to provide you with some information on why you might want a potting shed. Its focus is organization and workspace. The environment isn't necessarily climate controlled for warmth, but it's a great preparation and storage area, very handy to your garden. On the other hand, the focus of the greenhouse is plant growth. Its environment is warm, humid, and climate controlled. It's used for cultivation and protection. My greenhouse isn't terribly fancy. I built it with pressure-treated 2x4s and corrugated greenhouse shed panels. If you're handy, you can construct it with a very modest budget. You can pick up the panels on Amazon or your nearest big box store. I'm going to enter the greenhouse, and as you can see, there's only room for one person. It's only about 5 feet by 5 feet or 25 square feet. But it's ample space to get things going. Let's take the camera inside. Inside a greenhouse, you can start seeds earlier in the spring, grow plants later in the fall, and cultivate plants that wouldn't normally survive in your climate. The focus is on plant growth in an environment where the temperature and the humidity are controlled. It's used for cultivation and protection. The greenhouse allows me to begin gardening several weeks earlier. The greenhouse traps heat and protects the plant from weather, especially the frosty April evenings in New England. When selecting my plants, I'm not limited by what I can find at the local garden center or the local big box store. I simply go to my favorite seed catalogs and choose my favorite varieties. And it's a cost-effective alternative. A package of seeds goes a long way in a greenhouse. Let's sum things up. Choose a potting shed if you need organization. If you want dedicated workspace. And if you already garden outdoors but want a better setup. Choose a greenhouse if you want to extend your growing season. You want to start seeds early, and you want to grow more plant varieties. At the end of the day, both structures make gardening easier. They just do it in different ways. One helps you work smarter, and the other helps you grow plants stronger. If you're building out your garden space, understanding the difference between these two types of buildings is the first step toward getting the most out of them. Good luck with your plans and happy gardening.